So one of the things I didn't ever know was just the general order of things that you do for installing solar. So here you go, really fast. First thing you need to do is install your flashing for your bracketing. So that's what the flashing looks like. They go in underneath the comp roof so that it looks like that. Then this little fork screws onto the top of it into one of those. It just turns and locks into place. Then you build your racking. In this case, I had to assemble two pieces. There's a bar inside of that is now screwed to these 4 screws that gives it stability. Then the racking goes, you just level it up. I built 4 of those for each side of the roof up here. And then on top of that, in approximately half the distance for the solar panels, you measure that out. You're going to put on your inverters. They just take a single bolt up on top, super simple. They've got a really unique little bolt system, just drops in there and turns, locks it into place. You're going to add 1 of those for each of your solar panels. Then you're going to add your cabling that connects each one of those to the next. You start at one end, work your way around, and all the way down to the end of this circuit. And on the other side of my roof, I have a whole nother circuit. So I've got 2 110 circuits coming back out. These plugs plug into the back of the solar panels that are then attached to it. The electricity goes in, makes a complete circuit. And at the end of one end of the circuit, you cap it off so it can't be used. The other end of the circuit, this is as far as I've gotten so far. I'm going to take and move the 2 branch circuits into a combiner box up on the roof. Take it down through conduit, down through to the other side. I'm going to then put another flashing through my roof, take it down, and eventually end up at a big cutoff switch. One hint for you is that you need to make sure that you put your inverters, one on the top of your racks and one at the bottom of the racks, because these cables are only so long, and if you try to put them at the top of one and the top of the other, the cable's not long enough to reach and you'll end up having to redo it like I did on mine. So eventually I'm going to go back and start clipping all the cables to the racking and then grounding everything. But that's the basics of what you're trying to do. Then the solar panels go on top of this, end up with a circuit that goes out and down to your breaker box, which eventually leads into your combiner box, and we'll talk more about that later. But that's the basics of what you're doing.